All right, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the giveaway show. We're back after a nice spring break, little hiatus there, but we are back with episode number 107, and tonight we're back into Versus. This is one of those episodes where we are going to go through and do a whole bunch of random crazy matchups. If you were following me on Instagram, you got to see a sneak peek of the Superboy versus Hulkbuster Iron Man matchup, but that is one of 10 rounds that we're going to do tonight. I'm excited because I've got my boys here hanging out with me, Jen, Future Batman, and Paul, and Billy, of course, because I know Billy is now the most popular person that we've got here on the show. But hey, we're glad that you're here and hanging out with us. Want to do a quick shout out to our channel sponsor, or one of our channel sponsors. We have a new one that will be onboarding this month and then announcing in a couple weeks here. Lone Star Heroes, comics and toys, 3 convenient locations in the greater Houston area. They've got tons and tons of back issues, one of the best places to shop. And guess what? They've got a huge sale going on this weekend. So if you're going to be in the Galveston or Lake Jackson or NASA El Lago part of town this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're going to be doing a massive sale. Now look, their sales are awesome because they have so much backstock between the 3 locations, hundreds, thousands of square footage of back issues, every kind of cool book you could hope for. I love shopping there, and I'll be going and checking that out. Also, want to do a quick welcome to. We'll do that. We'll do it after this. But hey, thanks for being here tonight. This is the giveaway show, and we're looking forward to hanging out with you. I'll see you after this intro. That intro, we're gonna have to update that at some point soon here. Hey, so quick shout out to Thor Agami, who is our brand spanking newest channel member. He joined with the Man of Steel membership tier. We've also got the Webbed Wall Crawler, the Dark Knight, and the Old Knucklehead, which is for our Canadian viewers, where they can get a care package from me. Our first care package of the channel actually went out a couple weeks ago, and I think it's gotten to him, but I'm excited that went out, and looking forward to sending out the rest of them because we've got lots of fun stuff for those boxes. So in case you're wanting to know more about it, what it is the Dark Knight tier. You get a custom curated care package from me shipped to you in the lower 48 states only. In the text, it says at least 1 curated comic book, but it's definitely more. So you fill out a form. It tells me what kind of books you're looking for, and as I'm out looking at different shops, I'll pick up different books for you. So make sure you check that one out, because it's a heck of a deal to consider. And the rest of them are fun too. So hey, let's do some. Let's go and bring them out, because you can hear him muttering in the background. Let me go ahead and bring them out. Here he is, folks. With the new cast member with the best hairstyle, Paul Comics and Sidekick Billy.
All right, appreciate y'all being here tonight. Me and Billy, go back a little bit. But anyway, me and Billy are here tonight. Got the versus battle. You know, I think Carlos and Jen lost last time. They were greatly defeated by the chat and me.
It wasn't even a competition.
Hey, hold on. So the chat and me and Billy won. So, you know, we're going to try to do it again, guys. Y'all make them for the versus battle. So, yeah, we're going to get ready to get started. Hit the like button, share it out. And thank you, Thor, the newest channel member.
All right, let's go and take it over to the Future Batman, a.k.a. Jin.
Boo, boo, boo.
So, what's up, guys? I don't know what Paul is talking about. He's talking about all types of crazy stuff with Billy.
You were defeated at the versus.
I'm pretty sure I won that one by a landslide, and Carlos was
It
there with
wasn't
the
even a
assist.
competition between us.
But yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. It's not a competition, man. It's just a matter of opinion and comic book knowledge, and I feel like we all have that on this. That's why there's so much synergy, right? So let's get this going. So I'm gonna whoop up on that Billy, right? Come on.
All right. Yeah, hey, well, I'm excited to have these guys hanging out with me. Real quick, I do want to double back, do shout outs real quick to Thor Agami, who is a brand new member, just became a member at the Man of Steel level tonight. And then big shout out to Liz Barnes, a hardworking moderator who's hanging out in the chat with us as well. Hashtag Team Paul. She just wants to make sure everybody knows about it. She's been a member now for 2 months, and we're excited to have her as well at the Dark Knight level. So she's
look how excited he is, Liz.
So, all right, some shout-outs real quick in the chat. Good morning to Las Cruces. Glad to see you. Glad that you're here. He actually commented at 9:30 this morning. And
man,
every few hours since then. So he's a trooper, man. And what's up, El Green Machine? Also one of our hardworking moderators and a member at the Dark Knight level. And big shout-out to him as well. Glad to have him aboard. Here's Os AC. I think that's Andrew Kai popping in. There's Las Cruces again. David Dodson says, hey to everybody. Glad to see him here. Carl's DLR is saying good evening to everyone. There's our good buddy Dagger Cards popping in saying hey to everybody. Another vote for hashtag Team Billy. Billy's going to actually get his own show on the channel. He'll be the next great star. Be 90 minutes of just staring at a doll. All right, and then Carl's DLR says, what's up, Carl? Dagger Cards, Carlos versus Paul. LOL. There you go. The official count is 10 likes. Let's see if we can get that more. El Green, man, I appreciate you being here, though. That is like above and beyond in fandom to be riding in a truck, but trying to watch. What's up, Phil? Phil Ailing. Good to see you. Dagger Cards is saying what we're all thinking. Hashtag Muzzle Paul.
Hey, watch it there, Dagger.
That might be the new one. All right, Thor Agami says, who's the leprechaun? Look, he's just calling you out, Paul. He's like, who is that leprechaun you got there? All right, El Green, here's a satisfied channel member. El Green Machine says, my Dark Knight care package was fantastic. Thanks again, Carlos. And he's doing the logo for the channel, which is one of the things you can hear at the channel.
You're welcome, El Green Machine.
He does, of course, say hashtag Team Paul. Mr. Collector popping in from seasons 3 and 4, one of our cast members. Now a YouTube star in his own right. Make sure you go and sub him up if you haven't already. He's trying to get his. I think he's got a 300 channel member giveaway. Says hello, everyone! Smash that like button. Future Batman says shrug. All right, 12 likes.
Yeah, man. But this is not the official like count of the Carlos Collection channel, right, Carlo?
Who is the official like counter?
I don't know.
She is the official like counter. What are you talking about? All right. So if y'all know, okay, and of course it's the giveaway show. So we're going to be doing. These are the 2 books I can show you that we're giving away tonight. There are mystery books, and there is a brand new. These will be in 2 separate rounds. You'll have a chance to win these books here. You recognize this one, Paul?
Yeah,
love this one. Decided to sacrifice it for the good of the channel, and then I love these action card variants. There are 2 mystery books with those. If you're a first time here, if you haven't been with us before or haven't been in a while, a mystery book means that I will show one book. I'll show one book facing away. You can choose either of those, or we've got what we call the upgrade giveaway book. This is Return of the Valkyries #1 from the King in Black. This is the Art Germ variant featuring Valkyrie. So you can always upgrade to this if you decide that you want to do that. So that's how it is. The only thing you have to do is enter the hashtag that enters you to win, and that's the only way you have to. That's the only thing you got to do to enter to win. So first up. This is versus, and basically what we'll do is take 2 random comic book characters not always from the same universe. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But we'll take those two, we'll match them up, and then we will do what we geeks do best. We will debate who would actually win if it was a fight between the two. All right, we are all over the place, and some of these matchups are just like all over the place. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you, the chat, and then you, the chat, needs to chime in as well and tell us what you think, because it's always a good time doing this kind of stuff. All right, so first up tonight, and then we'll do our first giveaway after the first round. First up for the night. All right, you guys ready for this? All right, here it is. This first matchup for the night, first of 10. Jonah Hex versus the Lone Ranger.
Oh man, this is so easy.
Jonah Hex. I decided to kick us off with a Western because it's rodeo. It's finishing out rodeo week here in Houston. Jonah Hex versus the Lone Ranger. Chat, what say you on who you think it would be in the winner in this matchup? Jonah Hex versus the Lone Ranger. All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think? We got Dagger Cards voting for Lone Ranger. It looks like Hi-Ho Silver.
No, he said Hi-Ho Silver. He didn't say Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger all day. Yeah.
Come on there, Carlos DLR.
Lone Ranger. Oh, David Dotson says Lone Ranger. Oh, here we go. El Green Machine, Jonah Hex, because the Lone Ranger isn't a killer. I don't know.
That's what I was about to say, El Green. I don't know what's wrong with the chat tonight.
I don't know anything about Hex, so Ranger. There you go. Wow. Mr. Collector says Hex, Jonah Hex. All right, so it's evenly tied. We got 3 and 3. Wait, no, we got 4 and 2. 4 for the Ranger, 2. What's up, Jonathan Dotson? Good to see you, buddy. So the first matchup is Jonah Hex versus the Lone Ranger. And what do you guys think? I have a favorite in this one.
I think Jonah Hex, because I don't think Lone Ranger has dealt with what Jonah Hex has gone through. So I'm riding with Jonah Hex, because all he relies on is Hi-Ho Silver, and I don't know nothing about him. So I'm taking Jonah Hex.
All right, Jen, you got anything to add?
I mean, I have to agree with Paul because
what?
I mean, because it's if you know enough about Jonah Hex, you know that he does have feats. He has what is it called, pre and post Flashpoint feats. Like if you read the Flashpoint comic books, Jonah Hex does have feats in that story. What does Lone Ranger have? I mean, I guess they both have a Colt 45 at 75 feet apart. They shoot at each other. You know, you might have an equal draw, but the fact that Jonah Hex has Flashpoint feats, I would have to go with Jonah Hex. Just that alone, by a landslide, I would have to go with him. So 100% I have to agree with Paul. He said it before it even came out of my mouth. I was like, it's a good matchup. It's almost a fair matchup. But because Jonah Hex has those feats, what does Lone Ranger have?
Yeah, as long as we don't see Zorro, we're good.
Wifey's over there, nothing. It's like, yeah. So
all right, so
gotta go with you.
You got What's Up, Couching and Slouching with T Bizzle. Good to see you tonight, hanging out. So here's the deal. I have to differ from my two fellow cast members. I am a Lone Ranger fan since the 80s show with Christopher Lloyd as Butch Cavendish. I know that Jonah Hex does have something supernatural about him, but I'm just purely from nostalgia, I'm going to go with the Lone Ranger. I think the Lone Ranger would take him out. And then I think Lone Ranger would also have Tonto, and Tonto would help in that. So that's my vote. So it looks like I'm outvoted on the panel. Let's see what the chat has to say. Dagger Card says Hi-Ho Silver. Carlos DLR says Lone Ranger all day. David Dotson says Lone Ranger. El Green Machine says Jonah Hex. All right, he's siding with you guys. All right, I don't know anything about Hex, so Ranger, Tony Stanks. Mr. Collector siding with y'all as well, Hex. Let's see, Liz Barnes is saying no clue. Mr. Collector is trying to give her guidance and saying just say Hex. Jonathan Dotson says Lone Ranger. There you go. Yeah, there you go, Tony Stank. He says he loved the Lone Ranger movie from 1980. I did too. It's horrible on the rewatch.
Next.
But I loved that movie as a kid. All right, she says, okay, so Liz Barnes says probably the opposite answer of Collector.
Oh,
Carlos PLR says that's what makes Lone Ranger more dangerous. You don't need to kill to win. Okay.
not in the Wild West.
Jonah Hex is a great shooter, able to bounce bullets off of surfaces, but nowhere near Deadshot's level. All right, yeah, there you go.
You're also forgetting
Ranger has Tonto and Silver. Phil Ailing, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. El Green Machine says besides silver bullets cost too much. That's true. Phil Ailing weighs in with the Lone Ranger as well. All right. It looks like the chat is veering towards Lone Ranger.
I don't know what's wrong with the chat tonight.
I don't think the chat knows anything about Jonah Hex. So let me tell you something about Jonah Hex, guys.
Here we go. Look.
Okay.
You guys.
Jonah Hex has supernatural powers. All right. He can raise the dead. And he's almost, I don't want to say he's invincible, but
what?
It's almost an unfair match. I mean, in a sense, it kind of is. I mean, skill level, I mean, how long has Jonah Hex been around? He's been around for a while.
I don't know. Is he, wait,
I mean, if you're looking at,
raise people from
he has years of training too, so it's not like, you know, it's not like Jonah Hex is just.
We're talking about a Wild West shootout. Jonah Hex
but he's not a normal human being. That's the thing. He's the fact that he has supernatural powers is almost unfair. It's like Batman going up against.
And can he get shot and like not die?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he has the ability to raise the dead, and like that's why I said that. Did you read Flashpoint pre and post? Because he has feats and. I don't want to go all comic nerd and stuff, but if we're talking about the movie Jonah Hex, which was like a watered down version, sure, I'll give it to Lone Ranger. But if we're talking about purely comic book, no, Lone Ranger would not even.
We're just talking about a Wild West shootout, man. We ain't talking about
if it was a shootout. Jonah Hex, the fact that he has supernatural powers alone, like just Google it, guys. I mean, if you don't believe me, just Google it.
Stony Thing, I don't know what the future Batman talking about. Tony Thing, I don't know.
And I can guarantee you, it'll say something along the lines that he has, you know, the ability to raise the dead. He has years and years of fighting combat experiences, which factor into.
Well, they were both soldiers. They were both soldiers. So there's that. All right, so hey, if you're just joining us, we are doing what we call verses. This is number 2. This is the second time we've done this. Random and crazy matchups between different comic book characters from all the different universes. Straight up here, we've got Jonah Hex from DC Comics and the Lone Ranger, whose license currently resides with Dynamite Comics. So seeing the two of them match up, and I don't know, it looks like Jen is a strong advocate for Jonah Hex. So,
I don't like Jonah Hex. I don't care for Jonah Hex. I actually like the Lone Ranger myself. But when you're saying versus, I'm not going to fanboy out over the Lone Ranger when I know that Jonah Hex has supernatural powers, and because I know that, I'm going to be honest about my opinion or fact. But it is what it is. I mean, who's writing the story, right? If Carlos is writing the story and I'm writing the story, maybe we make the Lone Ranger win. If Tony Stank is writing the story, maybe Lone Ranger wins. But if Paul and Billy are writing the story, Jonah Hex is definitely going to win. So,
if Paul and Billy are writing, it's illegible.
Who is writing the story, guys? Who's writing the story?
Hey, man, if y'all want to sell copies of books, me and Billy are on the case.
I mean, it's to be honest, Carlos, this was an amazing versus. It was a good pair up. It was very Very close.
I agree with
All
Future
right,
Batman. The
wait until
worst
you see the next
pick ever.
All right, wait until you see the next one. We're going to go ahead and do one more round because it's got a personal favorite of mine, or a couple personal favorites of mine mixed into it.
Here we
We're
go.
going to do one more round, then we're going to do our first giveaway of the night. That is going to be for, this is Inhumans versus X-Men #1, the action figure variant cover. We're going to be doing this giveaway. You can also choose the mystery book or Return of the Valkyries #1. All right, is Paul saying he's going to give away some Transformers toys?
Oh no, these are for the game that I need. I
I don't know.
can't give these
Sometimes the
away.
mood strikes and gets him. All right, folks. So let's see here.
Watch it there, Collector. Oh,
I'm
you're
the
out of here.
captain now. If Paul's writing, it's going to be all pictures.
Hey, I mean,
All
I
right,
got
so-
readers like
So,
you, Collector.
Okay, here's round 2 of versus. All right,
Oh,
so versus 2. All right, here we go, folks. White Tiger versus
Oh,
Red Wolf.
What the hell?
White Tiger versus Red Wolf. All right, this is our second matchup. Chat,
Wow.
what do you think? Which of these two figures would be okay? So they're talking about if Paul's writing it's going to be pictures. Tony Stank thinks that's funny. Carlos DLR says stick figures.
Watch it, Carlos.
All right. So okay, this is the versus White Tiger versus Red Wolf. All right, Phil Ailing is weighing in early and saying Red Wolf. He's calling it for Red Wolf. All right. So panel, what say you? What do you think?
Yeah.
It is okay for both the chat and because some of the characters tonight may be a little bit more obscure. You may say, I don't quite remember this person's power set. So it's okay to go to Google or it's okay to jump into something else. It's like a Marvel wiki or something like that. Let's see. Okay, so Dagger Card says, I want to take on White Tiger. All right. Let's see. Os AC says, I'm sitting this one out. I know nothing about either character. Tony Stank is calling it for White Tiger. Caution and Slouching with C. Bizzle says White Tiger also. Carlos DLR goes the other direction, says Red Wolf. L Green Machine says White Tiger because Paul says you can't beat women.
Yeah, it's illegal now.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Green, no
All right,
green, yeah.
Liz Barnes says I abstain. She's not going to get into this one. She's, probably wise. All right, so here we go, folks. White Tiger versus Red Wolf. What we know about White Tiger, she does have a mystical amulet, which increases her strength and durability. She does have martial arts training and powers that go along with that. She's very much like a Daredevil level threat. Red Wolf has a little bit more mystical powers, and he has also enhanced strength and durability. He was teamed up and fought to Standstill Werewolf by night. And there were 2 of them. We're going, either one will do for these. But obviously the White Tiger picture here is the current White Tiger, Ava Ayala. So they're just a little bit about each of those characters. In terms of mystical powers, they are pretty evenly matched. Guys, what do you think? Red Wolf lost his nipples. YouTube says
Carlos, you did it again, man. It's a very close pair up, but I think it's going to come down to which White Tiger you're talking about. If you're talking about the younger, less experienced fighter, Ava, if you're talking about her, then I would give it to Red Wolf because of his combat experience.
Right.
For those that don't know, George Perez had a lot to do with the creation of creating White Tiger. Roy Thomas created Red Wolf, first Native American Marvel superhero. So when you put up 2 different minority characters that have almost identical like powers and strength and techniques, I think the only thing that Red Wolf really has over the White Tiger would be maybe he's a amazing archer. His ability to be a sharpshooter with an arrow is like up here, and it's like I said, if it's the female White Tiger, he could probably just sniper from like distances away. But if it's like the more experienced white tiger, it would go beyond archery. It would have to go combat. And again, who's writing the story? It's for me. It's like I slightly want to give it to Red Wolf only because if it's not the original white tiger, I just don't see another white tiger beating him. But if it's the original white tiger going up against the original Red Wolf, I think that there's a real big shot that either one can come out on top. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll let the chat decide, and Paul. And
that's really well reasoned, Jen. I like that. I like that. And you know, to be honest, as big a fan as I am of all the white tigers, I have to agree with your analysis, because I do think that experience would be the deciding factor. Well, the experience, and then you brought up something I hadn't thought of, which is the long range weaponry. The ability to shoot an arrow, you know, at
and he can call animals too. He has the ability. One thing with Red Wolf is because he's Native American, he a lot of his stories he's been able to communicate with animals like the way Aquaman communicates with like dolphins and whales and stuff like that. So his ability to even, I don't want to say cheat, but in order for, like, say he's down and he goes, grizzly bear, help me, and it's like a grizzly bear shows up. Man, I mean, you know, white tiger doesn't have those type of spiritual, mystical powers like what Carlos was saying. Well, but again, it comes down to which white tiger are we talking about? Are we talking about the original? Because
no, it's the Ava Ayala one. I purposely chose her because she's the current one, and I think you're right. Now they both do have mystical powers, but the ability to draw in animals is huge. If nothing else, even if she's as strong as a bear and could take on a bear, it's the distraction of she's now got to turn and face whatever animal he calls, like a pack of wolves. Maybe he calls a pack of wolves, and they are, you know, because he does have a wolf sidekick. That right there could decide the battle, because when she turns to face him, it allows him to get himself composed and together and ready and to come back at her. So thank you to all the folks that are hitting the like button. Make sure and continue to do that. And thanks to Liz Barnes. Shout out to her for continuing to do that. Liz Barnes had a really good strategy. She said, no, sir, she would seduce Red Wolf and get him later. I hadn't even thought of that. David Dotson is also going with Red Wolf. So, Paul, what say you? Do you have anything else to add about the white tiger versus Red Wolf?
I agree with Jen right there. I'm going with Red Wolf because he's more, because the second white tiger isn't as more experienced as the first one, and then his intense training from to become Red Wolf. You know, so I'm going with him because there's no way, even if she seduced him, that he's already been trained on that. So, the winner is Red Wolf. I would let her seduce me.
All right. Hey, so thanks so much for everybody being here. Make sure and hit that like button. And if you're not a channel member yet, make sure to consider doing so. I'm going to be doing a big revamp on those at the beginning of next month, changing out some of the stuff, and I guarantee it's going to be it's going to add even more to the value for the channel membership here. And I really do encourage you to check out the idea of the message L Green Machine asked him to show you what he got, some of the books he got, and yeah, it's a great value. It's a lot of fun to be a part of it and to help support the channel, especially moving forward with us getting back into producing a lot more content. So yeah, very cool on that. Hey, let's go ahead and do our first giveaway of the night. I'm going to drop that hashtag in here. Let's see. All right, folks, so you want to make sure, and you want to enter it exactly as it is here. And if you're watching us on Twitch, make sure I don't have very much of a following at all over there. But if you are watching us on Twitch, make sure and drop a comment because we've got a special something to send your way. All right, folks, there it is. Hashtag Paul versus Jen. All right, that will get you entered to win this or the mystery book. This is the giveaway book.
They want to see the mystery book.
Hashtag they want to see the mystery book. I mean, there's nothing really about it. It's just, it is a thicker book.
Now you got to turn it around.
No.
Y'all put the hashtag in, guys. Hit the like button for us. Thank y'all for being here tonight to witness me win again. You know, because these two.
All right. So, hey, while people are entering to win, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the next round.
All right, College DLR. Talking like that, you're out of here.
All right, so round 3, y'all saw it teased on Instagram. If you follow me over there, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to do that. It's at Carl's Collects Comments across all of socials. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube, and on Twitch as at Carl's Collects Comments. So check it out. I'm on Twitter now too, but it's just at Carl's Collects _. You know, it is what it is. You can grab that one early enough. All right, folks. Ooh. Oh, is that a giveaway too? Nice. I love
giveaway right here. Nope.
Random giveaway. All right, folks. Here. Okay, so round 3 of versus 2. Here we go. This you saw it on Instagram. You saw it teased on Instagram. Here it is.
Ooh, here we go.
Superboy, the Con-L versus Hulkbuster Iron Man. Superboy versus Hulkbuster Iron Man. So, just a little bit about the two combatants. Superboy, aka Con-L or Connor. He came out during the reign of the Superman, which followed the death of Superman. He was one of the 4 Superman characters that came into existence and was introduced. What we later learned about him was that he was actually a clone that combined the DNA of Superman, the original Clark Kent Superman, and Lex Luthor. So his battle with that for quite some time, having good and evil DNA built into him. It's got to be some kind of an internal struggle. So he does have some of the same power sets as Superman, but remember that he is also 50% human. So he does have, he is not full Kryptonian DNA. Hulkbuster was introduced in a you guessed it, Hulk versus Iron Man matchup when Tony Stark's regular armor just wasn't able to do it. At that point, the Hulkbuster armor was introduced. We've seen it represented on screen quite well, I thought. Bruce Banner has even worn the Hulkbuster Iron Man armor. So it is powerful enough to take on the Incredible Hulk and fight him to a standstill versus Superboy, the Connor or Con-L version. So let's see what the chat is starting to drop in here. All right, remember to enter to win. Hashtag Paul versus Jen. Let's see what the chat's saying here. I will make sure to add you when I reinstall my IG on my new phone, Carlos. Thank you, Dagger Card. Glad to hear it. All right, Dagger Card says Superboy, no doubt. Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle says Superboy. Phil Ailing says Superboy. Hey, what's up, Neon Kane? Good to see you hanging out in the chat with us. And Neon Kane says he's got to go with Superboy as well. All right, looks like it's all Superboy in the chat. What's up, Guillaume? Good to see you. Same to you, Airwolf. Need to have you on at some point soon here. Hey, what's up, Christina? Christina Payne, good to see you as well. And then Las Cruces jumps in and says Superboy. Very, very cool. All right, so it looks like it's all Superboy all the time. I'm going to put this on here. Hashtag Paul versus Jen. If you're watching on Twitch, you need to make sure and enter that here in YouTube. Tony Stank just says what we're all thinking. Superboy, but Hulkbuster is cooler.
Yeah, I agree
Right,
with
so-
Tony Stink over there. So here's the thing, right? When I had first seen your wallpaper for this, like when I saw the matchup with Superboy and Hulkbuster, for some reason I just glimpsed at it. I didn't actually pay attention to the Hulkbuster. So the whole time I was thinking Superboy versus Juggernaut. And I was like, oh my God, Carlos is like really going to make this difficult, because Superboy versus Juggernaut would have been like, I don't know, it would have been an actual crazy match. But I would have to go for a landslide here. Superboy would probably destroy his armored suit, and he would, depending on which Superboy it is, because you also have a Superboy Prime, which is just another
Right? Yeah, no, it's not him, because that would be an
but it's
easy- that
the
would be an
same.
easy-
It's the
Yeah.
same Superboy. He's still half Kryptonian or whatever.
Yeah, but he's saying he's not Superboy Prime.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, Superboy would probably go to the lengths of even killing Tony Stark. That's how. Because remember, if you read the 2006 Teen Titans, he struggled with finding out that he was Lex Luthor.
Right.
So
yeah.
he couldn't control his anger. So there was a point where he meets with Superboy Prime, and Superboy Prime tells him to embrace that. And he's like, no, I'm never going to be a murderer. But he himself murders people by accident. So I don't know. I would have to go with Superboy, just because of the fact that he's half Kryptonian. I mean, just that alone would, even half Kryptonian is I mean, it's still pretty freaking strong. So
Yeah.
I have to go with that.
So, Paul, I'm going to bring it over to you in just a second, but I'm just getting it set up quick. All right, Paul. So what do you think, buddy?
All right. Well, I think I don't know what's going on with the chat tonight. I don't know what's going on with everybody. But if y'all know about the 616 Marvel Universe, so if he's in the Hulkbuster armor, that means he has already fought Superboy with the regular armor. So he's already figured out that he is immune to kryptonite. Gets the kryptonite from the 616 because it's more stronger and potent when Superman and JLA fought. He was really not immune, but a little bit of the Marvel 616 kryptonite, and he'll die. So, the winner is Tony Stark, because he's already figured out. By the time he's in the Hulkbuster armor, he's already fought with Superboy in the regular armor. So he got the kryptonite. Hey man, why?
He's such a troll. He's trolling.
No. He's gonna get the kryptonite from the 616 and win. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So Paul is easily bored, so he went off on a.
I just don't understand what you guys are doing tonight.
Paul has a hard
gonna
time
have the
saying,
whole
I gotta
buster
agree with
with-
Jen again on this one. So he's just gonna make up a whole. Well, we're just gonna say that it's a kryptonite from 616.
Hey, he's not immune to kryptonite. And the 616 is a lot stronger in the versus Superboy. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so here's something somebody in the chat brought up, something that I didn't even think about. Tactile telekinesis wins. Remember, because Superboy, the Connor Kent Superboy has tactile telekinesis.
Yeah, that's originally how.
So he's tearing apart that armor.
That's what I
piece
said.
by piece. That's okay.
Yeah, but
instantly.
if Tony Stark's in the Hulkbuster armor, he's already fought Superboy in the regular armor. Yeah.
All right, no, you bring up a good point. If Tony,
because the 616 kryptonite is too strong.
Stark is good. Tony Stark is a lot like Batman. If you give them time to prepare, they could probably beat anybody.
Exactly.
But it all comes down to
what I'm talking about.
All right. So, okay, let's go ahead and do this giveaway. All right. So what you've entered to win is
all I know is you and Jen are 0-2. That's all I know.
Number 1, and then there is a mystery book here that you can choose. It's quite thick. Lots going on here.
They won't see the
You
mystery
can
book.
choose the Return of the Valkyries #1, the Art Germ variant, the Art Germ variant there. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Good luck to everybody, and thanks to everybody for make sure you
Good
get
luck,
that
everybody.
like ready. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Carlos. There you go.
Let's check it out.
Carlos.
Let's check it out.
Oh, there goes Carlos again.
Uh-oh. Guillaume Barnaby. What is up, Guillaume?
Wow.
All right, congratulations, Guillaume. Glad to see you win. Guillaume is from overseas, and he's got a box that we're building for him. I've got a divider with your name on it, Guillaume, and it's got some cool stuff in it already that you've won that's just still hanging out there waiting to get that box together. All right, so Guillaume, choose which one you want. Inhumans versus X-Men, the action figure variant, or you can choose the mystery book,
Or the upgrade.
or you can choose the upgrade giveaway. So good job, Guillaume. Congratulations. Make sure and let me know which one you would like. All right, give me a second there. Thanks to everybody saying congratulations to him. Love it. Love to see everybody being good sportsmen on this game of chance. All right, so make sure and choose. Let us know which one it is. This other one is a thick one, and it's a special oversized issue. That's all I can tell you about the mystery book. So, all right, so Guillaume, we're going to give you we'll give you a few minutes to pop into the chat. Y'all do need to let us know during the episode when you're. He popped in to enter to win, but he is probably second screening, and that's okay. That's totally okay. We're totally cool with that. But you do need to pop in and let us know so that we can get you your winning book. All right, so hey, let's move it right along to the next matchup of the night. Let's go to this. So this is going to be round 4. All right. Well, I think it's decisive for Superboy being the winner of that last round, in spite of Paul's strong case that it would be the Hulkbuster Iron Man.
Now, I don't know what's wrong with the chat
It
tonight.
wasn't a case. He was just trolling.
All right, check it out. Okay, here's the next one. All right, y'all ready for this? All right, here's round 4 in versus 2. Cyclops versus Spartan. 2 team leaders with energy-based powers. Spartan is a lot like Havoc. Cyclops, of course, everybody knows him. And if you're watching the new X-Men '97 and seeing a little bit of behind-the-scenes controversy we've got going on over there, I'm sure they'd love you to watch the show instead of pay attention to all the behind-the-scenes stuff. But I don't know. I haven't caught it yet. I haven't checked it out. All right, so here it is. Cyclops versus Spartan. What do you guys think? Chat, make sure and drop it in and tell us what you guys see. People already dropping in their opinions on it. All opinions are valid, and make sure
it's just them, not the teams.
Huh? It's just them. It's just these 2 guys. Yeah. The 2 of them stumble across each other on a battlefield, and they are. Yeah, it's just the 2 of them. No team. If y'all are liking these matchups,
Is this the Image one or the DC one?
This is the original. Well, the artwork is from a newer version, but yeah, I'm going with just like the original Jim Lee, not the Wildstorm yet. All right, let's see what the chat is saying about this one. Okay, Neon Kane says Cyclops is much smarter and strategic. Phil Ailing says Cyclops. Jonathan Dodson, this is a good answer. This is a valid answer as well. This might be a tie. All right, Tony Stank says Cyclops. El Green Machine says Cyclops is my pick. Don't piss a redhead off. Carl's DLR says Cyclops. Hey, what's up, Farron Johns? Good to see you.
Johns.
And he says Cyclops. Pops Mafia says Cyclops has the better hair. Okay. They've both got that cool but completely nonsensical top of your head unprotected and showing off your gorgeous mane. But yeah, I totally don't get this. You can get hit from the top of the head in either of these and killed immediately.
Is that the original Cyclops or the 90s Cyclops?
That's the 90s Cyclops.
Okay.
Yeah, so by this time, Cyclops is an experienced leader. Spartan is at the beginning of his career leading. All right, Spartan probably because he has better physicals than Cyclops, but I haven't really read any comics with these characters. Okay, fair enough. Thanks, Liz Barnes. She says we got 22 likes. Let's see if we can hit 25 tonight. Let's see if we can get 25. All right. So, guys, what do you say? What do y'all think?
So, who said that it was Jonathan Dotson? I would have to agree with his opinion, only because if you break down Cyclops and Spartan, they're almost very much alike, right? You got bioplasmic manipulation, energy.
Right, yeah.
He's also kind of an android, so it's kind of like, yeah, he can be destroyed, but not really. But like Cyclops is human, but he's also a mutant, and he's gone through like all these years and decades of war. He's been through like the first war with the Brotherhood all the way down to the Sentinels. He's fought along the side of his brother, while also fought along the side with his father and also his stepson, and also all this crazy stuff, right? So Cyclops has like years and years and years of like training, right? So the edge should go to Cyclops, but because Spartan is kind of an android, it's kind of like, it's like, yeah, but then again, Sentinels are machines. It would go to solely experience. So who's writing this? Where are they fighting? Are they fighting in a battlefield? Are they fighting like on a ship? You know, I mean, is it battle world ground? I mean, whose planet? Or you know, that's true. Factor, right? So I would say slight edge would go to Cyclops, only because of his ability to have more fighting experience. Spartan, I don't think he has as much fighting experience. Being a Wildcat character and everything, I don't think the Wildcats had more than they didn't even have 100 issues. I mean, I don't like to dog on Jim Lee. I love Jim Lee, but I mean, you got X-Men #1, and then you have X-Men 300 and something, right? You have all these issues of X-Men and Cyclops going through years and years and years of battle. So yeah, I would say Cyclops also. I would have to agree with the chat.
Yeah. Paul, what about you? What you think?
All right. Well, I don't know what Future Batman talking about, but if we're in the 616 universe, and this is Image, Wildcat. I'll give it to Cyclops because he has more experience, more knowledge, and stuff like that. Even if he goes to the Image universe, he will still win because he has that experience. But yeah, I give it to Cyclops.
Yeah, Neon has another good point. Neon Kane, and I mean, correct. I mean, that's what Cyclops is known to do. If you read the all-new X-Men, where he traveled back in time when Beast showed him Jean Grey, and even the older Cyclops, when he had the Phoenix Force, he couldn't stop himself from killing, controlling that power, nonetheless killing people. So I mean, I don't know. I would have to hand it to Cyclops, man. Just a slight edge on
Well, my buddies picked out the mystery.
So real quick, yeah, I just saw it. Okay, so Yam came back. He's popped back in. He says, "So sorry about my delay. I will go with the mystery comic book." All right, so this is the book that he had available to him. This is Humans versus X-Men #1, featuring an action figure cover. But he has chosen the mystery book. So we're going to go and reveal that now. Mystery book is The Amazing Spider-Man #31, legacy number 925, with the John Romita Jr. and Scott Hanna cover. This is a special wedding issue. So this is an oversized comic book. A lot of cool stuff going on here. So congratulations, Guillaume. I'm going to go ahead and drop this into your box or your divider. And congratulations to you, buddy. We're glad that you were here with us hanging out. But let's go ahead and go back to the discussion. And we'll be doing our next giveaway in probably about another 10-15 minutes. So y'all make sure and stay tuned. And hey, we do need you to stick around. If you enter to win, try to stick around for the next few minutes so we can make sure and get that book to you. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring it back into. All right, guys. So y'all ready to make it a call about the? You want to call it for Cyclops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for so many reasons that you outlined, Jen. Even though I'm a huge Jim Lee fan, I have to give this one to Cyclops, especially the 90s forward Cyclops, because he is just very experienced and I think he just has a lot more to go off of.
Yeah, and Jim Lee also worked on the 90s X-Men too. That's probably why they have similar hairstyles.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on, Outcast, that's X-Men all day.
All righty, let's go ahead and keep it moving right along. Congratulations, and hey, big shout out to our channel sponsor that's responsible for all these cool books that you always get to see. Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys, 3 convenient locations in the greater Houston area, all stocked to the brim. Huge sale going on this weekend, so make sure you check them out if you are in the area. It's well worth the trip, especially the Galveston store, where I myself might be popping up. So let's move
on. Are you going to do a meet and greet at the Galveston store?
That's it. It's full. Okay, so this is round 5. All right, guys, get ready for this one. This is where it's going to get dicey. All right, y'all ready? All right, round 5 of versus 2. All right, this has become one of my highlights for subjects that we can do. All right, Bram Stoker's Dracula, published by Topps Comics, and he was in the 90s movie that you remember with Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder, versus Blade. Now, this is not, keep in mind, this is not the Marvel Dracula. This is not the DC Dracula. This is the OG Bram Stoker version of Dracula, but it was adapted into a comic book, hence it being eligible to be included in this.
Was it a Topps comic?
Topps Comics did, it's Mike Mignola artwork if you're wondering. Topps Comics did a whole bunch of licensed properties in the 90s, including Zorro, and they did Bram Stoker's Dracula. And so remember, Dracula, this version of Dracula, in case you're not familiar with him, he can transform back into his younger self, who is a soldier, Vlad the Impaler. There's the older version of him. He can also turn into a giant wolf-like creature, an army of bats, or an army of rats as well. So here we go, folks. Bram Stoker's Dracula versus Blade.
One more to go, she says.
All right. Okay. Here's the deal. Pulse Mafia says, what time is it for this fight? We're going to call midnight. We're going to call it midnight.
Is it a full moon?
Sure. Let's say full moon.
You said this
is
midnight.
So, Aileen, do you guys think Web of Spider-Man will be a good pickup? I am not going to pick one up.
That's one shot.
I passed up on that too, Phil. Okay. I usually wait until like issue 3 before I really start investing.
So what did you say, Paul?
I think it's a one shot, isn't it? Or is it
I don't know. I thought it was in your first issue. I thought it was in your first issue. No. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I know I passed on it. I'm like full in on Energon universe. For those who are wondering what I'm picking up, it is Ultimate Spider-Man. That I'm in on, and all Energon universe titles. And I just found out that there's a Scarlet miniseries that's coming out, so that's going to follow the Duke miniseries. Oh yeah. Also, haven't picked it up yet, and I need to. There's a sequel to Stray Dogs called Feral. It's about the cat version of it. And I got a chance to talk to Tony Fleek about it, and it's really cool. So make sure you pick that up as well. That's one that I have really been enjoying. Oh, look, Paul's going to do a giveaway. Here we go.
Nope.
All right, so Bram Stoker Dracula versus Blade. Let's see what the chat is saying.
So Dracula,
Phil Ailing says Blade. David Dotson says Blade.
I know why a lot of you guys are saying Blade. But
Dagger Card says Blade, hands down. Dracula's way too old to keep up with him.
No,
that's Blade. Neon Can says I would want Dracula to win, but I'd give it to Blade. Guillaume Barnaby says, man, I hated this Dracula as a child. Don't know if I would appreciate him as an adult. For me. Australian AC, Blade. Farron John says Blade. Liz Barnes says Blade because logically his blades are solid silver for the fight. Okay. All right, guys, what do you think?
Okay, so I mean, does Paul want to go first, or should I go?
Go ahead. You're already going.
Okay, all right.
Remember, buddy, he's got a full moon, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, so okay, guys. So this isn't your regular Dracula we're talking about here. We're talking about Stoker's Dracula, which is like the most powerful Dracula ever, and no silver is going to kill him. I want you to really think about what I'm saying here. No garlic is going to kill him. No silver is going to kill him. In the peak of sunlight turns him into a weaker version of himself. He doesn't die in sunlight.
Right.
I want you to think about that.
Yeah, but that's not the fight. The fight's with the full moon.
Okay, but in the moon, I'm getting to that. I'm getting you to understand his power set. Now, in where you're saying full moonlight, this guy can turn into fog. He turns into fog. Try fighting weapons in fog. I mean, what is he going to do? Blade's going to do? Fight air? I mean, this guy is super powerful. He can shapeshift into anything, like from a bat to a rat to a whatever. I mean, he can turn into Blade's mom and emotionally manipulate and play a psychological game with Blade and make him cry. And then as he's crying, he'll probably snap his neck. Again, like, I'm a huge Dracula guy when it comes to Stoker's Dracula. I love that version the most. Marvel has never came close to creating something so amazing as that. Which is why when I saw a lot of people put Blade, I was like, yeah, I understand why you would put Blade. But if you haven't read that version, especially if you have not read the novel, it's pretty easy answer when you've read it enough to know what kind of Dracula what kind of Dracula you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
But it's not the Marvel Dracula, guys. This is a very strong Dracula. It's not even the Dracula that was in that really bad Blade 3 movie with Triple H, where that guy was going up against Blade and all this other stuff. But this guy, it can turn into fog. If that alone is like already makes me think like, dude, if he can turn into fog, I mean, it's kind of I mean,
I don't know what you
Superman would have a hard time. You'd have to like suck him in and throw him into the sun or something.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's mind blowing, is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna address the chat. Let me address the chat real quick. So Pops Mafia is asking, is biting allowed? Of course, this is a battle to the death. Australian AC says, I'm convinced and I changed my vote to Dracula. What's up, Real James Willie? Good to see you, buddy. Glad to see you popping in and saying hey. El Green is letting us know about his personal life.
That's the thing. Dagger.
I'm convinced now Blade definitely.
Oh,
God, man. He didn't even. Yeah, so I wanted to weigh in on this one too.
No, he's right. So he would seduce him. That's another thing. Love bites.
Yeah, no.
Dracula would probably seduce Blade, and he, like I said, he would psychologically mess with Blade, and he would probably not come out the same way. I'm just saying he did that in the movie. He did that in the novels. He did that in almost every depiction of the character. When they do it correctly, that is.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
So I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents real quick. So here's the deal. Bram Stoker's Dracula, based on the original novel, you're talking about pure incarnate evil. Okay.
Yes.
He's not the Marvel Dracula. He's not the DC Dracula. He's not the Blade film universe Dracula, which was not even just Dominique Purcell running around in a dress shirt. I don't know what that was, but I mean, this is the real, true, deep, dark, long-term evil, like ancient evil. To me, looking at the power set, how much more powerful this Dracula is versus a comic Dracula, I'm saying it's no contest whatsoever. Blade gets taken out because I don't even know that any of Blade's weaponry would be able to combat him. And I mean, I know that we all love the Wesley Snipes version of Blade, but if you track back to Blade as a character, yes, he's powerful. Yes, he's cool, but standing up against the Dracula, the definitive Dracula, not an adaptation, with all the extra baggage that one has in the Marvel universe. I just don't see Blade and I'm a fan of I love Blade and I love the movies, the Blade movies. I just don't see how something that evil could get taken out by a character like Blade. I think, so that's just my kind of.
No,
we don't talk about Blade 3. West East Bay, what's up? Real good to see you. And then Louis V, what's up? And good to see you. All right, let me drop it back over to the panel. Let these guys weigh in with their thoughts.
All right. Well, the thing I'm telling y'all, because I don't know what y'all are talking about, but anyway, the setting is. So Blade is MCU's vampire killer, right? But he's going up against a Topps universe Dracula. And understand this, guys, it's full moon, right? Carlos said full moon.
Yeah. So
Blade is done. He will just literally try to use his sword or whatever. He'll laugh it off and then just destroy Blade. But it has to be the full moon. And in the Topps universe, if he goes to the MCU universe, I don't know. It's a different story. He may be weaker there, but if in the Topps universe, full moon, Dracula wins.
Yeah, and you're leaving out. There was mentioned earlier.
None. He can't go to the MCU because
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about
Blade is the MCU's Dracula killer. You understand?
Yeah, we're not talking. Look,
he's in the Topps universe with the full moon, guys. So that's it. So Blade is done.
So the thing is, guys, Dracula is a soldier too, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't know is that he's also a soldier, and he has years and years of centuries, millennia of training. He's not some peon, some low-life vampire, or even the 616 Dracula. We're talking about Bram Stoker's
but he has the full
Dracula,
moon,
which is a soldier who has lived beyond World War I and further back. I mean, we're talking about history, um, and so yeah, man, I stand with that, man. I mean, the guy can turn into fog. All right,
Oh, here
he
we
can
go
turn
again.
into fog. Just think about that. I mean,
There's
I
a
think
full moon, man. Full moon.
no, this is even without the full moon.
No, you
He
can't.
can
You
turn
can't
into
win
fog.
without the full moon. That's why I asked.
He could turn into
All right.
fog.
Okay. So
There you go.
I
Give us
think
fog.
good, solid discussion over this one. We got to keep moving to put the rest of them. But
Just remember, guys, he was over there in the top universe with a full moon.
all right. No, I do. Okay. So I'm gonna say this. I do think that location is something that that has to be acknowledged. I think that can location.
Of
And
course,
yeah.
it has to be acknowledged.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So that was round.
Hashtag fog.
That was round 5. Here we go. Let's round 6. Here we go, folks. Ready? We got to speed it up. Round 6. Maestro versus Homelander.
Ooh.
All right, Maestro, which is the future imperfect version of Hulk, who brutally murdered most of the members of the 616 Marvel Universe, versus Homelander, the most powerful character in the Boys universe, and has been proven to be sadistic and as deadly as they come, and just a terrifying portrayal by Anthony Starr on The Boys. They got another new show coming up, and yeah, it's been on The Boys, Gen V, which is also pretty brutal to watch, and then the animated series Diabolical. So, which of these two do you guys think is going to take it? All right. So all right. I see your question about membership. I'm going to handle that in just a second. Tell you guys about how you can join. All right. So Maestro and Homelander going versus each other. All right. What say you? Oh, Future Batman had to step away for a moment. Paul, so what do you think?
All right. So to me, looking at this, so if we go to the Wildstorm universe, then I think that Homelander wins because he has gamma anti affecting thing on Maestro. So yeah, he'll win hands down.
Okay, so you're calling it for Homelander or Maestro?
Yeah, because I think he has like the gamma affecting thing for Homelander in his universe, so he's wins. Yep.
Okay, all right, Jen, what do you think, Maestro or Homelander?
I would say Maestro would win because of the fact that yeah, and he would. I don't want to spoil what happens to Homelander.
No.
If you've read the Boys comic book,
don't.
you know that. Well, if you've read it, then you know that Homelander is not invincible. He's not Superman, which is why it's hilarious when people compare him to Superman because he's not. He's not even Invincible's dad level powerful. Remember, they got their powers from a he was birthed as a superhero. Yeah. So yeah, he was born with the powers, but just like Superboy, he's not as powerful as Superman.
Right.
Maestro is actually very, very powerful. This guy, if you've let's just use an example, like let's say Ultimate Alliance 3, the video game. If you've played that, or if you've played the Marvel games, Maestro, he actually goes on a streak of killing all the Avengers, where he's the last Avenger left. I mean, we're talking about he took out Captain America, he took out Iron Man, he took out other stronger beings. I would have to give it to him, man. I just, and it's not even by, he can't, man. That's the thing. He can't fight Dracula. I mean, if you're putting that Dracula against Maestro, Dracula.
He's not fighting Dracula. He's fighting.
I know
Homeland.
it was because Pops Mafia had asked that question. Can Maestro fight Fog? He can try. He'll probably gas out, but he'll probably gas out and turn back into Bruce. But I think I have him. I think I have him over Homelander, and not even by this much. I'm saying like by that much. Like I have Homelander getting his ass kicked. That's me though. So, so Fog wins. It's like what Farron John said. Fog
All right,
wins.
we got a couple of points or stuff to point out in the chat. Then we're also I want to make sure that everybody gets an answer about the
channel membership.
The channel membership. Mm-hmm. All right, so real quick, let me just do this. So West East Bay, how does the membership thing work? So I've got 4 tiers currently live on the channel. You would just choose one of them. You'd hit the join button and you choose which tier. The 3 tiers that I have listed here. Man of Steel is $4.99 a month. Then there is the Webbed Wall Crawler, which is $9.99 a month. And then the one that I think is the best value is the Dark Knight channel membership, which is $14.99 a month. The biggest thing about that is I send out a quarterly care package. It is definitely way more than one comic book, plus other goodies shipped to the lower 48 states only. And then the old Knucklehead version is the Canadian version of that. So for our Canadian fans, you can also join. It's just an extra $5. It's $19.99 a month. So if you want to get the most value out of your channel membership here, or really I think anywhere, I know some channels do like if you're a member of whatever, you get a chance to win, or you get free shipping, or you might get something else. Here you get guaranteed comic books, okay, which is what we're all here for. I mean, I'm just breaking it down for you. You get guaranteed comic books, shopped like a personal shopper, me keeping an eye out in one of the largest comic book markets in the country. We have I think almost 20 something different locations worth of comic books. So every time I'm out, I'm picking out, I'm picking out a book here, book there. The way that I know, there's a special form that you fill out once you're a channel member, and you fill it out. You tell me things like shirt size, things like favorite comic book characters, what type of swag or merch you like, all that different stuff. And then, you get comic books. Sometimes it might be a slab. Sometimes it might be a ratio. Other times it might be just some vintage books. But the bottom line is that for $14.99 a month, shipped to you in the lower 48 states, it's every quarter. So that means every 3 months. It's, I think, one of the best deals, hands down, that you're going to find. Because it's the best parts of a mystery box, channel membership, and some kind of a subscription service all mixed together in one cool thing. And the thing is when you submit what you like, what I do is I take that information, I put it on my phone, so when I'm out there, and I'm even okay with you messaging me and saying, hey, these are some books I'm missing from a run, and I'll just keep an eye out for them, because I generally hit the different comic shops and check out what they've got. So that's the Dark Knight channel membership. But there's other ways to support. The Man of Steel or the Webbed Wall Crawler are also fun. I am going to be revamping these next month and updating them so that in writing it says you're getting multiple comic books, not just one, in your care package. And for those who are curious about what a care package might look like, message El Green Machine, and he can show you a picture of what all he got in his. I know he was very happy with it. So that's the information about it. I'm going to be putting a lot more resourcing behind the channel in the coming months for the remainder of the year. So I look forward to you guys considering being a channel member. So that's the information about it. Let's see here. Okay.
And what about bringing them on the channel?
Yeah. So one of the things that's going to be added that is on here is, we bring you on the channel. And
Green was on here. Yep.
So it's El Green Machine has already appeared, and you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not gonna force you to. I'm just saying, hey, if you want to come on the channel, be on an episode with us, and just have fun with us and hang out. Yeah. There's that. Yeah, there's that as well. I am exploring the idea of an exclusive members only email that would go out to you with like spec pics from each of us and other information. But that's something that I'm looking at. But I haven't decided on it yet. So, but still, great stuff. Yeah, Dagger Card says I always wanted a personal shopper. Yep. Let's see. I'm here to watch what Paul does. There you go. All right.
Okay.
You should have done a March Madness style versus bracket. No, so here's the deal. Hey, make sure and check out Mr. Comics 89. He does March Madness bracket. For this season, he's doing all villains. I appeared and argued in favor of Black Adam, but got taken out by Venom. So yeah, you should definitely check his channel out because he does that and he does it really well, and it's very thoughtful the way he puts it together.
I think Tony's thing is talking about the characters you've used and put them in a bracket.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely an option. That's kind of fun.
But I would just like to say something on that because it would have to be what I would consider the winners, guys. Because I don't know what the chat's doing tonight.
Oh my god! Okay,
I don't know what these guys.
Unless he agrees with the winner, it's not. It doesn't count. All right, here, real quick, dropping in for our second giveaway of the night. This is New Avengers number 7, featuring some stunning artwork of Namor versus Black Panther on the cover.
There you go,
here.
Future Batman.
Beautiful book. I've also got a mystery book right here that you can choose from, or you can choose the Return of the Valkyries number 1. So that's coming up. Here is the hashtag that you want to enter to win. Hashtag. And also make sure and hit that like button if you can. So we'd love for that to be for you to
have something at 25 likes or something.
All right. Yeah. No, I said. Okay. Yeah, we hit 26 likes. Thank you all to everybody for doing that. All right, let's do our next roundup while people are coming in and dropping this in. All right. So are we all in favor of Maestro taking this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I think to me it's a clear cut thing. This next one might not be as clear. All right. For round 8. General Zod versus Omni-Man.
Ooh. Wow.
General Zod versus Omni-Man.
Which are they in the Invincible universe?
They're on our Earth Moon.
Our Earth Moon.
Yeah, like in our universe on our moon, these two are going to fight.
What? So they're not in the DC universe. They're not in the Invincible universe.
Correct. They're on a neutral playing field.
What the? Damn, this throws off my whole thing now.
I saw this going with trying to give it to whoever's universe they were in, but no, I don't want there to be a like an advantage that way. So this is it. General Zod versus Omni-Man. What do y'all think?
Do they need oxygen?
No, they can both hold their breath. All right, so Carlos DLR. Okay, so here we go. Thank you all for the likes. We see 28 likes there. Let's see if we can break 30 before we wrap. All right, Phil Ailing says Zod, straight up. Dagger Card says Zod would beat him down. Carlos DLR says Zod. El Green Machine says Zod. Rafaust, what's up, Rafaust Comics? Good to see you. He says they are both their breath.
They both.
Zod, his speed and skill is league of Omni-Man. All right. Neon Kane says I don't know why, but Omni-Man seems the more ruthless.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So panel, what do y'all say? I want to hear what Jen thinks about this one.
Oh Lord.
The chat's correct. So give yourself a pat on the back.
Wow.
I was hoping that nobody would go out of their way and say Omni-Man because Again, if you read Invincible comic books, you know what happens to Omni-Man. Zod, on the other hand, I guess, let's put it this way. The movie depiction of Zod, even with a little bit ounce of him being on Earth, absorbing the sun, he still went toe to toe with Superman, and Superman would destroy Omni-Man. So I want you to think about that. And not only that, he's a general, right? Omni-Man's nothing. He's really nothing. I mean, like, if you think about the militant of General Zod would instantly kill him. He wouldn't even think twice. I know they're trying to turn General Zod more in the comics into an anti-hero, anti-villain-esque, like he's had his own run. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Zod. The Zod would kill Omni-Man. He would not even think twice. He would just snap his neck. So, hands down. Good job, chat.
There's Weapon X popping into the chat. Good to see him from seasons 3 and 4.
I don't know what he's going.
Now make sure. All right. I've got to say, I'm going to drop my 2 cents into. I completely agree with everything that Jen said. I think Zod takes him out. No problem. No problem whatsoever. I mean, as big a fan as I am of the Invincible whole that storyline and everything in it, as ruthless as I think Omni-Man is, General Zod is also equally ruthless. And that was kind of in matching the two up. I thought to myself, I said, I think in terms of what each of these characters would do to win, there is no limit. Neither of them has a moral limit. Neither of them has a like any kind of hesitation. So their brutality is going to match. Like, it's going to come down to basic strength, and I think basic strength, Zod edges out Omni-Man. While I do think Omni-Man is very powerful, I still think that a Kryptonian on our moon, under our yellow sun, is going to just destroy anybody, other than another Kryptonian. And I think it's even telling for Man of Steel how they structured the fight to where in a true fight with all things equal, Zod would have killed Superman. But in the film, well, here's why. In the film, Zod was thrown off because he was just then adapting to the Earth atmosphere. He was just like, he had just lost his suit. He was just getting used to his powers. He had quick mastery of him, but he still, I think, was thrown off, and that's why Superman was able to take him out. But like a Kryptonian versus a Viltrumite, I really don't think that. I think God wins on that one. So but that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. Batman with prep time takes them both down. That's true. Omni-Man has the better mustache.
He has a nice looking mustache.
Neon Kane, good point. How does General Zod shave if nothing can hurt him? Wouldn't a razor break on his beard hairs? That's true. Thank you guys for bringing
he uses Fiora to, he uses Fiora.
I don't know what these guys are talking about.
All right. So hey, make sure and enter that hashtag to win. We're gonna call this one. You guys good for calling this one for Zod?
Nope. I didn't even give my see how he does it, guys. You don't.
Unless I win. Okay, go.
Yeah. So I don't know what these guys are talking about, but so we had Omni-Man versus Superman. So now we're back in this world. So he messed me all up. But I think Omni-Man comes out with the kryptonite in his hand and just gives it to Zod, and Zod has that fragile, goofy suit on, and he busts it up. And
hang on. At no point in any of this did we say that any of these people had kryptonite.
Yeah, but he just came
No,
from
they're
fighting
fighting-
Superman,
they're
so now
fighting
they're here
what
on
they
this
got.
Earth. I mean, on this
They're
moon.
fighting with what they had.
Oh, come
They are fighting with what they've got. If they don't have it, like if they don't generally carry a kryptonite spear or something, then they don't have it.
Well, so we eliminate that because Carlos wants to be right. But anyway, so Zod shows up in that fragile suit. Army Man busts it. The time he's trying to adjust, the Army Man wins because Army Man's just gonna kill him. That's it. Army Man wins because they're fighting on the moon, and Army Man has more experience fighting on the moon than Zod does. So Army Man wins.
Paul, you know what I think? I think they would resolve their problems. You know, they would
become friends.
They would become friends.
This is a battle to the death.
No, but they would become friends, right? One would compliment the other on his goatee. The other one would say, "You have a really nice mustache. Who's your barber?" And then they'd have a nice time on the moon.
Versus battle.
They're done. No. They're good. They're good and they're ready to go. You listen to Paul?
All right. Okay. Let's go. Let's jump to the next one. All right. This one's a wild one. All right. This is round 9. Okay. This is the second to the last. All right. We're gonna do our giveaway in just a minute. Remember hashtag super beatdown. All right. Here it is. Round 9 in versus 2. The Joker versus Werewolf by Night.
Oh man, this is okay.
The Joker versus Werewolf by Night.
Wow.
No, Wonder Woman did not ever get involved. Remember, it's hashtag super beatdown if you haven't yet.
Is there a full moon now?
Laugh House Comics, good to see you guys hanging out with us.
Is there a full moon and garlic in this?
Well, it's a full moon because he's on, it's a full moon because he's a werewolf.
Does the Joker have a silver bullet?
No, I mean, he just has what he normally has. Oh. Like he'd have like an acid flower. He'd have a crowbar. He'd have, probably a couple crazy guns with him. But yeah, the Joker versus Werewolf by Night.
The Joker has fog? What the hell is everybody talking about? What fog are y'all talking about?
All right, it is at night in Gotham City. Full moon. All right, Dagger Cards weighing in saying Werewolf would rip him to shreds. Phil Alien wants to know it is at nighttime. Carlos DLR is reminding us Joker has fog. El Green Machine dropping the badge. Thank you. Farron Johns, who has the fog? All right. Joker doesn't fight fair, doesn't come straight on. Okay. All right. Carlos DLR. Joker only if he gasses the entire battlefield.
Oh, the laughing gas.
All right. Okay. So what do you guys think? Paul, come on.
All right. Well, if he has a full moon and it's night in Gotham City and Joker doesn't have a silver bullet, Werewolf by Night wins, even with the laughing gas, because he's going to tear him up to shreds. Yeah, Batman's he doesn't go that far, but Werewolf by Night doesn't care. He's going to go Werewolf by Night all day long.
Okay.
But if Joker had the silver bullet, then Joker would win. But
oh gosh, here we go. All right, Jen, what do you think?
Or if he has the garlic.
He's absolutely right. But okay, so unlike Paul, I like giving people their credibility of being right. Like Paul he's essentially right. I mean, yeah, silver bullet, and then you have
the garlic.
Even my baby over there agrees. What was that? Yeah, that's okay. Calm down. All right. So, anyways, the thing is, yeah, I mean, I read a few things on here. I mean, Joker has fog. Ha ha ha. Carlos, Pops says DLR, laugh my ass off. Was a better night vision, correct? Rafost. Let's see. Okay, so here's the thing, right? is this the first time they've met? Is this like the first time they've battled each other, or they've battled each other? Does Joker know of Wolf by Night? Like does he know?
So the setup, if you want to setup is Gotham City at midnight. Joker is out perpetrating a crime. His henchmen get taken out by a monster, and then he comes face to face in a back alley behind a diamond jewelry store with Werewolf by Night.
And how long has this been going on? For about an hour? I
mean, the battle. I mean, I would say
and all that.
Joker's folks, like Joker's team or his crew, got ambushed by Werewolf by Night about 15-20 minutes before the two of them face off.
See, the problem is that the Joker is just like Batman. He thinks ahead of time. You know, he thinks 2-3 steps ahead. The werewolf could rip him apart, but the Joker could also inject his blood with like some laughing gas or some crazy thing, and the Werewolf by Night could become poisoned, kind of like what he did with the Batman Who Laughs. The Joker is a very like wild card character. He's like we all would love to say Werewolf by Night because it's the obvious answer, right? Like, yeah, he's a werewolf. He's beyond human. He can rip Joker apart. But Joker has poisoned his own blood, and he knows that this is a suicide fight or suicide mission. So he'll do some homicidal or suicidal, some sort of crazy thing to kill Werewolf by Night. If he knows he's going down, he'll take him down with him. It could end up in a stalemate. It could end up in a draw because of how crazy the Joker is. I would give the slight edge to Werewolf by Night because of someone had mentioned, I think it was Rafas, he had said that who has a better night vision, and I agree with that. That's a big factor to the fight. If this is happening in Gotham at nighttime, that would give him a slight edge. Now, if Werewolf by Night ends up biting Joker or sucking on his blood or whatever, and then the Joker, he has poisoned his blood, and he could kill Werewolf by Night. So, yeah, I could see it as a draw. So, I mean, it's a very good matchup. I mean, anything
Werewolf,
Joker, even Joker.
Werewolf Joker.
Yeah.
Bam. That I would buy that comic book in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well,
all right, let's take a look at what the chat says. Paul, jump back in when you get a chance. There he is. Okay. All right. So so don't forget Paul's giveaway. Let's see. What? Batman comes to save the Joker. Pops Mafia brings up a very, very good point. Raphael's Comics is very specific. David Dotson says werewolf. Jonathan Dotson says Joker because he will have Harley shoot him in the back with a silver bullet while he talks his ear off with monologuing.
No, Jonathan, he said no silver bullet.
This is it right here. In Gotham, if it's in Gotham City, both Harley and Batman would interfere. And I think that right there is the deciding factor, because I really do think if Joker's perpetrating a crime, right, which is what the setup is, and it's a major crime, and it's Batman's biggest villain, I think Harley Quinn is in the mix, and I think that Batman shows up, and then that takes it to a whole different level.
Because they go on a picnic. You're forgetting.
Yeah, but hold on. You didn't say all of this. You said them and them and Gotham. You didn't say all this extra stuff.
Well, I'm saying people are bringing up a good point. They're bringing up a real good point.
Using that guy down there.
Yeah, I'm saying him too. Joker is a psycho. Raphael says everyone dies in the end. Neon Kane says I could draw. I could too. All right, no bat signal, too much fog. Oh, okay. West East Bay says they call it a tie and go grab some late night pizza afterwards. All right, correct me if I'm wrong, but Joker is near peak human, right? Yes, he is. Yes,
crazy human. Crazy human.
Yeah, but he is fully human. It's his mind that makes him so formidable, because he's just like Jen said, he is a complete wild card. Like there's no way to know what he might do or how he might react or what he might be carrying with him. I mean, for all we know, he is carrying like a 9mm with 17 silver bullets in it. I mean, because he's the Joker, he's crazy. There's no reason or logic to what he does. So we don't think he would have that, but I mean, he could. I don't know. So I still think it's Werewolf by Night, but I think it would be a much stronger battle than we think. So Liz Barnes is enjoying the puppet theater that Paul's putting on for us. All right, folks, here it is, the big title card. We're going to do the giveaway right after this. This is it, round 10, the big one. All right, this one is sure to inspire some intense argument, so let's get it started. All right, versus round 10 for versus number 2, the Avengers versus Superman. The entire Avengers team pictured here. We see Thor, Iron Man, Vision, Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver. I don't know who the guy on the far end is. Wonder Man is behind Scarlet Witch. Then we see
Captain Marvel.
It's Mrs. Marvel, not Captain Marvel. Mrs. Marvel and Goliath. Goliath too. So this is the lineup versus Superman. The place of battle, the Fortress of Solitude, which is Superman's base of operations. The Fortress of Solitude during the day. So say high noon. And the Avengers have crossed over. They're hunting Superman. And this is Raphaus, I think it might be Hulk, but I'm not going to include Hulk.
Yeah, it looks Hulk. It looks like Hulk right there in the pit.
Hulk. It's not Hulk.
What?
It's not Hulk.
Who is that?
It's not. We're not going to include Hulk because I can't clearly see him there, so I'm not gonna say it's him. But all right, so let's go ahead and let's jump into it.
And they're hunting Superman. You just said.
Who wants to go first?
You said they're hunting
Superman. Go ahead, Paul. You can go first. You can start this.
No. So here's the deal. The Avengers have come into this dimension. They are tracking Superman because they think he's a criminal. So they are attacking him in the Fortress of Solitude. He does not, and just in case anybody's wondering, because of Superman's morality, he does not have anybody that he cares about at the Fortress of Solitude with him. So he doesn't have to hold back or try to rescue like Lois or Jimmy or anybody like that. All right, so that's the setup. The Avengers are attacking him at the Fortress of Solitude, and this is the lineup of the Avengers, which is a pretty powerful lineup. When
Superman done.
So let's hear what do you think? The chat is already dropping it in there and saying what they think.
Do the Avengers have Infinity Stones?
No, the Avengers do not have the Infinity Stones. That's a Paul type of question. There. All right, so what do you guys think? Who wants to go first? Paul, you want to go first?
Go ahead, there, future Batman.
Go ahead, Paul.
Neither
Neither
of them wants to go first.
Say. Everybody knows
what
I'm going to
go first.
I already see answers, I guess.
I'm calling it for Superman. Yes, what? I know it's all of the Avengers. I know it's all the Avengers. However, the thing that I think, remember all the stuff that Superman has in the Fortress of Solitude. He has home field advantage. He has protective suits, alien weaponry, alien animals. Remember, he's got like a zoo in there. He's got and he knows where everything is, and he has super speed to get prepared. When he's ambushed, his early warnings. So I think it's Superman largely because of home field advantage. So
I don't know cards. I don't know what's wrong with Carlos.
Okay,
all right.
So who wants to get worse with the future Batman now? Let's see what he's got to say.
So we've had this discussion before about Superman,
here we go.
When we were talking about the elite. Look, man, Superman can X-ray vision their brains and turn them into vegetables if he wanted to. I mean, you have Wanda who is using her powers. I mean, right through your brain. You can't use your powers anymore. Iron Man, break your suit. You can't use your Iron Man suit anymore. Thor, he picked up Thor's hammer and beat up Thor in the comic books. And he wasn't worthy either. That's how strong Superman is. People are like, well, he was worthy. No, he's strong. Superman is as strong as he needs to be. In fact, if it's his life against the rest of theirs, he will kill. That's like a modern age idea that Superman doesn't kill. But Superman Dickory, which used to be a website, had a lot of Superman comic books where he was taking Batman's mask off, trolling Jimmy Olsen, and doing all these crazy things. They were all like satire stuff, right? No, Superman hands down, man. I mean, if you've read enough Superman, and again, I'm telling you because that's the first superhero that laid the foundation for all these other superheroes. And who's writing this? Again, it goes to that too, because Wanda. Everybody said Wanda, and I was like, Wanda could alone can go toe to toe with him. But again, if Superman just stares into her eyes, and he's like, "Oh, look, her brain."
Well, I think also
that's all he has to do. Cut it out. If he cuts her brain,
I think the big thing is, and I get it. I get everybody saying that no, there's no way the Avengers are too overpowered. But the reality is, by himself, Superman is the grandfather of superheroes. He predates all of them. He was the transition.
You have to read Kingdom Come also, because in Kingdom Come, he breaks the source wall, man. This guy breaks the source wall, meets God, becomes Superman 1 million, and he becomes a god. At the age of 44, 45, Superman stops aging. Like, I really want you to I used to be a huge Superman fan, so whenever I don't read Superman comics anymore because of like just the direction they've been going with them. They focus more on his kid now. But the older Superman comic books, especially when Mark Waid was writing Superman, I know he's come back and he's writing World Finest, which you guys should pick up. Anything with Mark Waid Superman is amazing. It's like, it's amazing.
And then Dan Mora on art is just more reason to check it out.
So the thing is that Superman, when he breaks the source wall, he becomes a god, and he's indestructible. And the thing is that Superman that we're seeing right now hasn't done that, and he won't die. The only Superman that have died is like the other multiverse Supermen that don't carry the Kryptonian DNA. That's why when Zack Snyder, if anything, got one thing right, was when his father sent him here, he put the entire Kryptonian DNA, his encryption in his blood. So he won't die. Even hell rejects him in Superman 75. If you've read the Superman comic books, you know that Superman is strong as hell. But again, people are right about Wanda. Wanda would put up a fight. If anything, she could be the closest one out of everyone to possibly killing him. But again, if Superman stares at her, eye contact, boom, he'll turn her into a vegetable. He has a.
So some people have lined out in the chat, have lined out a path to victory. Paul, we're going to get to you in just a second. Because a lot of people are weighing in, and I love that. So let's start it off with. So Dagger Cars is saying that Paul's having way too much fun. So yes, that might be Hulk, but for the purpose of this matchup, we are not including Hulk. And so Dagger Cards calls it for Avengers. Tony Stank says Avengers. Phil Ailing says Avengers. Neon Kane says Avengers. They have magic because not only do they have Scarlet Witch, but they also have Thor, and Thor's Asgardian powers are magic based as well.
And he stole his hammer.
Weapon X says, okay, which Avengers mother is named Martha? See who gets that reference. All right, West East Bay calls it for Avengers. Okay, Aussie AC says, I don't see Phoenix there, so Superman, and it's not even close. Carlos DLR says Superman. Tony Stank says Scarlet Witch beats him alone. Okay. Dagger Card says Thor beats him to a pulp with his hammer. No, because it's actually been established in JLA versus Avengers that in a straight up match between those two, Superman wins and can pick up Mjolnir. That's a clear victory. However, Pops Mafia says, do the Avengers have the Infinity Stones? No, they do not. Las Cruces is calling it for Avengers. West East Bay weighs in and says Scarlet Witch would mess him up. I really do think she would.
Yeah,
Raphael's points out something really good. Raphael's comic says Vision has an Infinity Stone. That's true. He does in his forehead. All right. Real quick, Pops Mafia says, great compliment. I made a Paul kind of question. Yes, you did. All right. Dagger Cards wants to know what I've been smoking. All right, because he does not agree with my thought process on Superman. Neon Kane says, if Superman can separate them enough, then Superman. Farron John says, yeah, this one is tough. It is tough because Superman versus a team like the Avengers is a ridiculous matchup. Tony Stank says Soups is such a ridiculous character anyway. Neon Kane says, but if they're fighting as a team, then the Avengers. Pops Mafia says Ant-Man would have made the tiny bit of difference. Tony Stank says too many for Soups to focus on one member. And I really do think if the Avengers stood a chance of winning, that's where it is, right? Is he can beat Thor by himself. He could potentially beat Scarlet Witch by himself. But could he beat both of them if they're both coming at him and all these other characters are there coming at him? It's a tough matchup. All right.
He hasn't gone
fight versus Dracula. No, it is not. There's a Superman comic in the 50s where So I mean, Superman has taken life before in the comics. West East Bay says, does Captain Marvel count? No, it is Mrs. Marvel, and she does have a slightly different experience and power set. Liz Barnes says 29 likes. Let's see if we can make it 30. Lifting in Comics, what's up? Good to see you. He says, what up, fellas? What's for sale? Sorry, but Cantin Floss can beat anyone. That's a good one. I forgot. I need to include.
My question to
last comment. Would Vision give him a good fight? Absolutely, because Vision can alter. Remember, he can alter his density, and he can become like ghost-like, like translucent, transparent. Whatever.
Well, that's the same thing with Spectre. Spectre can do the same thing. Spectre is a lot like Vision. Also, he also has magic and cosmic powers.
Wait,
right.
Which of you?
I don't know what I don't know what's going on tonight. I don't know what's going, but So the scenario is they're hunting Superman, so they've already fought him already. He's retreating.
No. They have not fought him. They
he was hiding in the Fortress of Solitude or whatever.
No. He wasn't hiding there. That's where they found him.
Now you're changing it again.
If they're hunting him, right, Paul? So
I don't know. That's what I thought he was saying.
They're hunting him, so they're in search of him.
Oh, right? Well, anyway, so like I said, the chat, I agree with the chat. I think the Avengers win because you have Scarlet Witch who can manipulate a kryptonite. And if we're going into the JLA versus Avengers, you know that the Avengers are a lot stronger in the DC universe. So right there, they already have one up on him. And Thor loses, Captain America loses because you see the shield and you see the hammer. But Scarlet Witch manipulates kryptonite and then you send it to Vision where he can shoot it to Superman, killing him. So that they win. Yep.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that's what he does. She can.
No, he doesn't do all that.
Yeah,
I have that comic book, Paul. None of that.
Come on now, you and then you're not even talking about
angry at you,
Giant Man.
Like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah,
what's wrong with them?
Sorry about that. Superman
I don't know,
loses,
man.
Superman loses.
There you go. So I don't know, and Tony Stink is right. Like what? So they know his power set. Does he know theirs? So here's
he doesn't know none of that.
No, he doesn't know their power set. He doesn't
Right.
know their
As a
power
DC
set.
universe, the Avengers are a lot stronger.
You have to read. Read Superman Unchained.
And Superman did die with Doomsday, so even without
that's
that,
the thing. He didn't die.
yeah. So
He underestimated Doomsday, and even in that comic book, when he wakes up from his coma, he's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Dude, you got your butt whooped." He came back and he threw Doomsday.
Yeah,
into
see,
the
they
sun.
get the kryptonite, and then Vision
No,
shoots it
no,
at
there's
him,
no
and then he
There's
dies.
no
Yeah, see?
kryptonite. There's no
There's
kryptonite.
kryptonite in the DC universe.
They're coming from the Marvel
Lord.
universe, jumping straight in at the Fortress of Solitude where he is.
You see that guy? He's
No,
trying to change the story on him.
The kryptonite thing is too easy of a crutch in these types of
but he can overcome kryptonite. It's been done before. That he has overcome magic.
Yeah,
He's
the yellow one,
kryptonite
not the green one.
Well, if he wants to win enough, he has done it. He's done it.
And
to
he doesn't
Brainiac,
kill, so
Brainiac.
he already loses.
So here's the thing, man. Did you read Final Crisis? Before the New 52 Superman, did you read Final Crisis? What happens at the end?
Yeah.
Superman defeats Darkseid on his own. And you know how he defeats Darkseid? He sings to him until he blows his ears up. I'm telling you, Superman is so overpowered and he's so OP, man. As someone said, he's such a ridiculous character, and it's true. He's so OP that if Superman was to yell, he would rupture their ears. Like their ears would burst. That if he was just to scream across the room, their ears would just burst. You talk about Wanda using her powers. How can you use your powers when your ears and your brain is burst inside your skull?
Yeah, but that was before. But I'm saying that she gets the kryptonite, gives it to Vision, and he's dead.
There's no kryptonite.
He's dead.
And he's overcome kryptonite with
Brainiac, even that he still uses the Scarlet Witch
in the Convergence comic book.
The Scarlet Witch power, and then he's dead.
I gotcha. But in Brainiac put him in chains, right? In Convergence, he put him in chains, and he's like, "I captured you. I can kill you now."
See, and Carlos is trying to be smart. He knew that Hulk was right behind Thor.
He got out of those
just left him out.
But someone did mention the Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force is a whole.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that because we're talking about the Avengers.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
and they're a lot stronger.
We got to do this giveaway real quick. We're going to come right back to it, but we got to go ahead and do this second giveaway of the night.
No, we don't. We ain't got. Hold on. We're not. Hold on.
Yeah, Super Beatdown. # Super Beatdown. We're good. Don't worry, we're coming back to it, fellas. But we got to go ahead and do this giveaway. So the winner of this will get either New Avengers #7 or a mystery book or the Return of the Valkyries #1 variant edition by Art Germ. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everybody. Thanks for sticking with us so long for the giveaway.
There you go. Thank you, Pop Mafia.
It has been a lot of fun.
We go, Carlos. Ah!
This is Paul's greatest. Paul just loves this. Okay, here we're going to do it again in
Carlos.
3, 2, 1. All right, we're drawing again.
Carlos, you won.
All right. No, stop it. Stop.
Oh,
Dagger cards.
Dagger cards. They said rigged.
Dagger cards. All right. So yeah, he was already calling it rigged, but Dagger cards is winning. All right, Dagger cards. So congratulations on winning. So you get either the New Avengers #7, featuring this battle between Namor and Black Panther, the T'Challa Black Panther. I'm going to. You can also get this 6.0 copy of another book. But yeah, both of these are major battles happening on the covers. That's the only hint you get. Or you can choose the upgrade giveaway, which is the this is not signed. Tony Stank, who is this Carlos guy that keeps your bug? All right. So here we go. So he's going to turn down New Avengers #7, and instead he is going to take home a 6.0 copy. Direct edition of Daredevil #183, featuring a battle with one of his early battles with the Punisher. This is an iconic cover featuring him blowing Daredevil's guts out.
Frank Miller cover?
All right, so this is it. I'm putting this at, like I said, I'm putting this at about 6-0. It's well loved, but it is. But this is going to you, Dagger Cards. Remember, if you win, even if you have won numerous times before, and even if you, if you just got a package from me like this week or last week, still send me a message to let me know your mailing address, and we'll get you your books too. Also, remember, if you're outside the lower 48 states, what we do ask is that you cover anything past $16 in shipping costs for that. That's how we keep the costs down and are able to keep doing this. One strategy that some people like Guillaume are doing is they're just letting their winnings stack up to make it worthwhile to ship one bigger bundle. So that's one way to do it. But we've had international winners. I've shipped to South America, to Guatemala. We've shipped to, I think, Spain, Australia, Canada. We've shipped to a bunch of different places. But I cover the first $16 in shipping. But anything beyond that, if you're international, we do ask you to help with beyond that, or you can ship it to somebody. If you work out a deal with somebody stateside and you want to have it shipped to them, we've had people do that as well. So Dagger Cards, that's got your information on it, and set that aside for you. We'll get that out to you this weekend. A couple quick announcements before we go back into the little bits of the debate. Remember to check out our first channel sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. 3 convenient locations in the greater Houston area. Lots going on. Also, make sure to consider becoming a channel member. It is quite worth the investment, if I do say so myself. Last but certainly not least, I want to make sure and let you know that we've got a couple of cool stuff coming up, including this Friday night. So we are back on. I've taken a break on producing additional videos for the channel just because of different stuff going on, but things have changed. So I'm now going to be putting a lot more into producing content for the channel. So make sure to tune in this Friday night. I'm going to be doing a very special unboxing. I backed like a long time ago, back during the summer, the first new Gold Key publication. I've got the box back here behind me. I have not unwrapped it or opened it, but I'm going to be doing a live unboxing of the first Gold Key Kickstarter. They have a Kickstarter that just wrapped up, but I'm going to be doing a live unboxing this Friday. I don't know if it's going to be live. I think it might be pre-recorded, but I'm going to be doing an unboxing 9 p.m. Central this Friday night. So make sure and check that out. Also, if you enjoyed tonight's episode of Versus, we do have the next Versus is going to be coming up the first Wednesday in June. We'll be having next week, we're going to have an Easter episode. We're going to go over some faith-based comics, talk about faith-based comics, including some that were a really cool act of kindness. Where did I put them? Really cool act of kindness from my good buddy Dotson. One of them that I was going to point out was Illuminator #1. This was a Christian superhero comic book from the 90s from Marvel Comics. He also sent a couple of other interesting ones, and I have quite a few faith-based comics. So if you're into that, that's going to be the subject for next Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central. We'll do some giveaways. It'll be a special Easter episode. Then after that, we'll be back into covering the comic news that you care the most about.
Pops Mafia said something.
Thank you. What?
He said you should make a video of what went into the channel member.
Yeah. I wish I had done one of the one that went out to El Green. I really do wish I had, because I think people would have liked it. But yeah, I am due now. I think after like first week of April, I have it slotted to produce a bunch of videos for the channel. One of them is a whole video that does it just explains what you get as a channel member. And at that time, when that launches, that's when I'll be relaunching the channel memberships with modified and built up winnings. Okay, so thank y'all for being here tonight. Let's bring it back to the guys and see if they have any final thoughts on this last matchup: Avengers versus Superman. Guys, what do you think?
Avengers win. Yep.
I mean,
all right, so Paul, this is Paul.
So
Okay, so let me just take a look real quick at the last few. All right, Pops Mafia says good debate, needs some female fights. Hey, Versus 3 is going to be coming up the first Wednesday of June, so make sure and stay tuned for that. If you like this episode, make sure and drop a comment. If you're watching this on the rewind, thanks for coming and tuning in. Aussie AC says magic does very little to Superman. He can resist it with effort. Tony Stank says no more mutants. She could do something similar. Why would the Avengers go to the fortress without kryptonite? Because they don't know about kryptonite. All they know is his name, his appearance, and a little bit about his power set.
Mm-hmm.
But they do it quickly. Good luck all. A bunch of congratulations and rigged comments. And yeah, so big thanks to y'all for, what is the number for Paul's giveaway? Or what is the hashtag for Paul's giveaway? I don't know. Paul will have to do, like, Pops Mafia is calling for hashtag Paul Rocks. Pops Mafia, yeah. And sounds like Dracula wins any fight.
With fog.
No, it's not true.
I mean, if he inhales them and he spits them into the sun, maybe he'll win.
Oh my gosh.
Fog.
That would be something to say. All right. Hey, thank y'all so much for being here for the second episode of Versus. This is what I love about the comic community here is when we can just have these fun debates and everybody's having a good time. Nobody's taking it too seriously. We're all just kind of chilling and just having fun being comic book geeks and, more importantly, comic book fans. So keep on doing what you're doing. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll let these guys say bye from here. But we want to thank you for tuning in. We are past the 2-hour mark, so what's next is cracking the whip, telling us that we have to sign off. All right, thank you all so much.
Appreciate y'all always supporting the channel. Thanks to Carlos for having us on here. Hit the like, guys. Like I said, if you're not a channel membership, just watch the ads. Helps out with the channel. And come back next Wednesday. We'll see what happens. I don't know what happened tonight, but yeah. Thank y'all.
Paul's going to be discussing his favorite faith-based comic books.
Oh.
He might even get baptized. I don't know.
As long as Superman loses,
We'll see. All right, folks. Hey, y'all,
as long as there's fog.
Y'all take care. Have a great night. Thanks so much. Jen, parting words.
Oh!
He's just a pretty lost.
All right, folks. Y'all take care. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.